So Brady, what does it mean to be named a captain again this year?
I mean, that's the best honor I could think of. That's something I've dreamed about for a long time. And to be a second-year captain, that's truly a dream.
Brady, how do you kind of balance the competition alongside the leadership side that you have with being a captain?
Yeah, I think a part of the competition is being the best leader. So I think that's just a part of it. Obviously, leadership comes with the position, but it has to be deeper than that. You have to be a true leader of the whole team. The offense is going to look up to you. The defense is going to look up to you. I mean, it's just something that has to be there. So it's something I've focused on within the competition.
What do you think you kind of took away from last year being captain and some of those leadership traits that they were able to kind of take away from and bring into this year?
Yeah, I think this year I'll be able to step up and just have a more vocal role, being my, second year as a captain. I learned a lot in general last year, leadership on the field, off the field. I learned a lot about this team and our coaches, and I think it's all going to play a role into this year.
The fall camp is about wrapping up here. How would you, assess how your fall camp has gone?
Yeah, I've been really happy with how I performed in camp. Really happy with how the offense has performed. I mean, the defense has been pushing us. They've gave us great looks, and man, they're a really good defense. So I'm super happy with how I've played and how the offense has done, and I think we've really picked it up in the second half. We have some momentum right now.
With Connor earning that spot at center, how have you seen maybe a shift in him leadership-wise? Have you seen him carry himself a little differently?
Yeah, I can just tell he's got a different type of energy compared to last year and even spring. I can tell he's really starting to buy in. He really cares. He wants to make this a good year. So,
is there anything specific you can say, like this is where you feel like the offense has gotten better since day one, and then what's the focus here these next 12 days?
Yeah, what stuck out to me is really our ability to score in different situations at practice. A big emphasis has been putting us in different situations, whether it's end of game, 1 minute left, end of half, different red zone situations, third down, fourth down. And the offense has done a great job of converting. With that, a lot more explosive plays. We're tracking our explosive play percentage, which has been a big emphasis. Obviously, we need to push the ball down the field. We need to be efficient in the run game. And, I mean, we've really been able to see all of that in camp. So,
how have you felt that the experience you've accumulated, especially the last couple of years, has benefited you this camp and trying to keep this job?
Yeah, I think it's been huge. Having 14 games under my belt, having a couple years just to fall back on, and it just being my fourth fall camp, so I think that experience helps a lot. It gave me confidence moving into this fall camp that hey, I've been here before, I've competed for a job before, and I've been here, so it definitely helped.
How has it also helped, not necessarily out here, but in the room as you've had a new offensive coordinator? I'm sure there's a lot of new stuff being put into the offense.
Yeah, I think, very similar answer for you. I've seen a lot of installs, throughout 4 years here. And, there's obviously some differences in the plays, differences in the routes, but I think learning these installs is a similar process. I kind of have my process down of how I do it and how I watch tape and how I learn Kirby's new stuff. So I think that all kind of goes together.
Obviously, you got to see the younger guys out there today. What did you like that you saw from all of them, from the three quarterbacks you got to see out there?
Yeah, I think the offense started really fast. I think we scored maybe 5 times in a row. A lot of explosive plays. When the quarterbacks went live, Jabari made some really nice scrambles. The sideline was pumped up, so that was fun to see. But yeah, I was super pumped for them.
Well, as a young, obviously first time coming in here as Jabari, what has he brought to this camp so far, obviously being so young?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job of just keeping his head down. He's trying his best to learn the offense and get his head in the playbook. And yeah, he's just been on his grind. He doesn't say a whole lot. He's quiet, but he's been grinding. So I'm definitely proud of him.
Brady, a lot of times by this time in camp, both sides of the ball kind of know what's coming the other way. But with a new scheme, a new coordinator, you guys still able to surprise the defense now and again?
Yeah. We're still throwing in some wrinkles. What is this, day 16, 17? We're still throwing in some wrinkles. I'm starting to get, Coach Baker's defense down a little bit. I know when the pressures are coming and all that, so I'll give him some trouble after practice every now and then. But, I think we're definitely still surprising him with some stuff.
Luther's position change, just naturally, is it easier to get the ball in his hands with the way where he's lining up?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think in any offense you watch, the receiver that's going to get the ball most is probably the slot. You're going to get free access. You're going to get better matchups on who's guarding him in man coverage. Zone is going to be easier to just flip it out there to him. So naturally, he's going to have the ball more at the slot position.
Brady, what's been your favorite part of learning this new offense? What is something that you're excited for, in the season?
Man, I'm just excited to score more touchdowns. That really comes down to it. I want to be in the offense that scores the most points possible, and I think that we'll be able to do it with this. So.
With the game, just around the corner here, how does that mindset kind of switch for you guys?
Yeah, I think it really starts after tomorrow. Tomorrow's really our officially last practice, last day of camp, and then immediately, my mindset flips to South Dakota. So. Turn on that tape, get the cut-ups ready. The game plan will start going in. The practices will start to be focused towards that. So, it just kind of flips right after camp ends. And then, you're moving into the season. So.
You mentioned being a captain twice is special. Is there anything that you feel like your teammates maybe see in you or they appreciate about you that's causing them to vote you a captain twice?
I think I've done a great job of just showing that I really care for my teammates. I really do. There's a lot of guys that I've built incredible relationships with. There's a ton of new guys that I have a lot of respect for after fall camp. I always do my best to encourage the young guys and just really cling to these relationships because I know for a fact later down the road we're all going to remember the relationships we built, the brotherhood, and stuff like that. So that's something I definitely cling to as a leader.
Getting the confidence twice from your teammates, how much does that just do for self-confidence?
Yeah, I think that like I said, it means a lot to me, knowing that the whole team collectively voted on me as a captain. I think that means a lot. That gives me confidence. It just gives me confidence knowing that they want me to be their leader. So.
Brady, we saw the video of the Chase Daniel meeting with you guys, and he singled you out.
Mm-hmm.
What did that mean to you to kind of give your testimony in front of him?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was my first time meeting Chase. My earliest memories of Mizzou football was Chase Daniel. So, that was crazy. It was cool to be able to get up and, explain what it means to be a Tiger to the team. Obviously in front of Chase, too, that was super cool. I have a lot of respect for him.
Brady, he tell you about being a quarterback? He was with the quarterbacks the entire time. He tell you anything that stuck with you?
Yeah, something that he told me that really stuck with me is really related to leadership. And it's just know how to communicate with your players, know who your audience is. How you communicate with Luther may be completely different than how you communicate with Theo Weiss. Whether they drop a pass, whether they run the wrong route, whether you need them to come and stay after, you got to communicate different. You got to find your leadership style and find what works for the offense.
We've heard STP all offseason, and Drinkwitz has talked about how you're so mentally tough. What does your mentality look like with the STP coming into the season?
Yeah, STP is something to prove. I think that describes Mizzou football pretty accurately. I think we've had all the talent and all the opportunities to win the past few years. We just haven't proved it to anyone. We haven't proved it to ourselves. We haven't proved it to you guys, anybody. So I think that's what this year's about, just going out there and proving that, we're a real contender in college football.
What does it mean to you specifically?
Yeah, for me, really same thing. I'm a part of a team, so the team has something to prove, but also I do too. So I think that, along the same lines.
Thank you, Brady.
Appreciate it. Thank you.